We are delighted to be here today and help recognise the incredible hard work and teamwork all across Aeromexico that enabled you to deliver your passengers to their destinations safely and on time. Now, we stood here last year, I think in this same hangar, where we were awarding Aeromexico for their performance in 2024. And we took the opportunity just to explain very briefly about the on-time performance programme and a bit about CIRIUM. And so if you weren't here last year, or if you're not too familiar with the brand, you can trace our heritage right back to the very early days of powered aviation. We produced our first magazine in 1909. That's just 5 years after the Wright brothers' maiden flight, ironically called Flight Magazine. Now, the business today has changed beyond recognition. Our data and analytics are used all across the aviation ecosystem. And within Aeromexico, it's used within operations to help drive on-time performance. It's used within network planning, it's for route development, and it's used within fleet planning to understand the changing dynamics of the global fleet. For this part of our business, the on-time performance program is now in its 17th year. Doing it for 17 years, it feels like it was yesterday. and it's the longest running program within the industry, and is widely regarded as the benchmark for on-time performance. For this particular program, we are processing over 25 million pieces of data that come in every day, coming in from over 600 sources, and that gives us an unrivaled view of being able to have accuracy in terms of the on-time performance for airlines across the globe. It takes a lot of work to run an on-time airline at the best of times, and as you can imagine with these results, they're very emotive. Airlines want to be number one, they want to beat their competitors, they want to tell their staff, share it, they want to tell their passengers. And so because of that, we have a governing body, an advisory board that sit over the top of the programme to give it governance, to keep it honest, and keep it slightly away from the rest of CIRIUM. As I said, incredibly hard to run an on-time airline at the best of times. And 2025, with soaring demand and with global challenges across the industry, makes the performance of Aeromexico even more remarkable. In terms of the results, we are delighted to say, and we can see it on the aircraft as well, my Spanish is not good, that for the second time in a row, Aeromexico have won the coveted award of being the most on-time global airline in 2025. Congratulations. And before we hand out the award, there's a couple of statistics, a couple of facts that make it more remarkable. The first one is that in the 17 years we've been running the programme, no airline in the global category has ever won it back-to-back. There's never won it in consecutive years. We've had airlines that have won it, but nobody has ever followed in their figures, which is great. Really good. No erratic, it's fantastic. The second one is the winning margin, saying to Andres. This time last year, when Aeromexico won, the percentage between the number one and the number two airline was 0.35%. Marginal gains. That's a handful of flights over the course of the year. And it's very competitive in terms of the top tens. The margins, the fine margins are very, very fine. In 2025, the winning margin between Aeromexico and the second place airline was 3.3%. From 0.35 to 3.3%. That is a huge winning margin. And the third thing we wanted to say, we were talking about this as the CIRIUM team last night. When you look at Aeromexico and you look at the consistency of improvement year after year after year, it's testament to the well-run airline that it is. Typically we see airlines going up and down, but erratic. But in 2021, Aeromexico had an on-time performance of 70%. Each year it's got better and better and better and better to now be over 90%. So on behalf of everyone at CIRIUM, congratulations. Andres, if you'd like to come and receive the award. And we're looking forward to seeing whether you can make it 3 years in a row.